Alright then, so welcome back everyone. So we'll continue our series on SQL 50 questions of lead code. So let's just see the second question now. So the second question is find customer referee. So here's the table. So the table has basically three columns: ID, name, and referee ID. Okay, so ID they are saying it's a primary key for this table. Okay, so basically this will uniquely identify every entry. Each row of this table indicates the ID of a customer, their name, and the ID of the customer who referred them. Okay, so basically what they're saying is this row, for example, this is Zach. ID of Zach is 5, and he was referred by 1. So he was referred by Will. So yeah, probably it's some sort of a table which keeps tracks of referrals of something like that. So basically Mark was referred by Jane. That's what this is. Okay, so what they're asking is find the names of customers that are not referred by the customer with ID equals to 2. Okay, so basically they are asking names. Okay, they are asking names. They are asking names of the customers who are not referred by the customer with ID2. Basically ID2 is here Jane, right? So they are asking for all the name of customers who are not referred by Jane. So who were not referred by Jane? First one is Zach. Zach was not referred by Jane. Will, right? I guess they have already written here. Will, Jane, Bill, and Zach. Okay, so one simple solution might come to your mind is this. Okay, so basically they are asking to return name from what is the table. Yeah, uh, yeah, it's always good to check the schema first. Okay, so that's what I do. ID is an int, name is a varchar, and referee ID is also an int. Fine, nothing complicated here. Fine. So what they're asking is return all the customers that were not referred by the customer with ID 2. So one simple solution that might come to your mind is okay, let's select name from the customer. Let's select name from the customer where, so this referee ID should not be equals to 2, right? This is a referee, let me not mess up the name because I might mess up the name. Referee ID not equals to 2, right? Everything seems fine. uh, Not exactly. This will not work because you see, like Will was not referred by Jane, right? So, like his referee ID is null. But when you compare null, so null is basically absence of a value, right? So when you do a comparison with null, it always gives null. So that's not good, basically. So you should not do this. This is like this comparison operator with null. This not equals to or greater than equals to. So if I run it, what will happen is it will only return me this Zach. Okay, I'll show you. If I run it, what will happen is, yeah, it returned me only Zach. So basically, what happened is it we are selecting names of the customer. Referee ID is not equals to 2. Fine. So here the referee ID was null. So what happened here is null not equals to 2. So whenever null is involved in a comparison, it always returns null. So I'll show you what I mean by that is I'll just open my MySQL client and I'll show you what I mean. So whenever you have null involved, in any sort of this comparison, let's say null not equals to 2, it returns null. It is not true for this. Even if you do null equals to 2, then also. So basically maybe greater than or greater than equals to. So if you use null with any of these comparison operators, it will always return null. That's why you should not make null checks with these operators. So you should also not do something like this. Like you might be tempted, okay, let's do check like this, null equals to null. This will also return null. So you cannot write something like this, okay, or you might be tempted to write something like this. Okay, let's do something like this then. Referee ID equals to null. Actually, this is also not true because whenever null is involved in this comparison operator, it always returns null. For that, SQL actually provides this operator is null. Basically, is. Uh, so whenever you want to check for null, you have to use this is operator. Okay, so that's that. So basically, the idea is simple. So wherever referee ID is present, it should not be equals to 2, or the referee ID is null. right? So okay, the question was, I guess, I hope you remember the question. The question was, return the customers who are not referred by basically a customer with ID 2. Basically, so referee ID should not be equal to 2 if it is present. So Zach, that basically Zach had a referee ID, he was referred by Will. Yeah, okay, return me Zach. But what if the referee ID is not present? These guys were not referred by anyone, they came directly. Okay, then that case use this is operator. So if you use is operator here, so instead of this equals to, if I use is, it will return true, basically 1. So if you want to do some checks with null, always use this is operator. That is the point of this question. Fine, I'll just run it. This should work. Okay, I'll submit it. Cool. So the key learning was, whenever you want to make some check with null, either use is, or there is one more operator, is not. Okay, so there is one more operator. So I'll just say null is not null. Okay, so it should return false, of course. I have to write select here. Okay, yeah, so it returns false. So either use is or is not whenever you are checking with null. That is the key learning. Okay, so I hope you got something out of this video. I'll see you in the next video.